What's up, gamers? Day two. Yeah, it is day two. I had to double check. Okay, so today we're going to learn about a new tag, our final HTML tag that's used to create multiple pages to a website. We'll see what that means and all that good stuff. So the aim for today, what is the A tag and how is it used to link pages together? I added a due dates thing to the front of the slide because I think this is what people will find most important. Though again, PupilPath and Google Classroom should have the correct due dates because that's the best way I have to actually get in touch with you. If you feel like you don't know what's going on, you're falling behind, reach out to me in the chat, email me, go to office hours, comment on Classroom, anything. I'm bored here sitting at my desk in my apartment. So I will immediately reach out. Okay. So, agenda. First, so the due dates. Answer the Google question. I'm recording this on 2:40 on Monday, and only about half of us have answered that question yet. If you continue not to answer it, like on Tuesday, I'm just going to reach out to your family to make sure that you know where to find the work, you know where to do it. That's my job. I have to make sure that you know what's going on. So agenda. First, we're going to look in Code Studio, learn what the A tag is and how that works. And then you're going to use that A tag to start building out your project a little bit more. And that project is due on Friday. Let's say Friday. I don't know if it's start of class, just during the day Friday, I think is fair. Okay. So, these are the tags we talked about the other day. I do want to highlight the image because image was that confusing tag because image has these extra things in it. It has that extra source, it has that extra piece inside for alt, and it has that optional extra piece to change the size of it. The reason I'm highlighting these things now is that the A tag we see today is actually very similar to image in a lot of ways. Just connect my mouse. Is really similar in a lot of ways. So when you see this symbol, that means to actually go to code.org too. So maybe you have to pause the video now. I paused and go there yourself. So we're going to look at lesson 9, number 2. We're going to look for the new A tag, which I'll show you. And then we're actually going to do this. So you're actually going to do this yourself. You're going to go to the recipe.html page and add the A tag back to index.html. Whew. Okay, first let's find it. So we got this thing here, lesson 9, number 2. And we see this new tag, A. And it's surrounded by this weird stuff that's new. We haven't seen href, but it's not entirely different from an image. When I highlight this, just this A tag, this link becomes highlighted over to the right. When I highlight like jungle, it highlights how to jungle. When I highlight recipe, it highlights switcheroos, scotcheroo, what the heck? Whatever that is, I don't know. When I highlight candy, it says fun facts about candy. Boop, boop, boop. If I click on it over here, it takes me to this new page. There's no link on this particular page. But if I click over to the left, I don't think you can see my cursor. I need to do this again. If I highlight index.html, this is your home page. So let me point out some things here. Get out the old pen. Index.html, that is always your home page. It is always called index.html. Always, always, always. Always where it starts. These other ones, you can call them whatever. So like candy is the same as the candy here, which is linked to this thing here. That's all connected. It's all the same thing. And it's all done using this A tag with the new href stuff. I'm going to explain the href and add it to our chart in a second. But let me show you what I want you to do. It loads. Apologies. Feel free to click fast forward. I would do that. So if we, for one of these other ones, if I click on, say, how to juggle, you'll see on the top, there's a space that says back to home. And it has in here index.html as the place to go. What I want you to do for recipe.html, if I click on recipe, you'll notice there isn't anything here. So what you're going to add around the space that I've added, around 6 or 7, you're going to add in that same code to get back to index. You're going to add in that same code that we saw in like juggle that's highlighted here to make sure that it works. So that's your first practice task. It should be very easy. And let me go ahead and add this so you can just compare it to the other ones. We have a new thing, A. I'll bold the whole thing. A. And instead of source, it's href equals, and then like index.html. One of the pages that you make. And that's it. Now, unlike an image, you actually have to type like linked text here, and then you close the tag after. So you actually have to put stuff inside of it. You have to actually put stuff like, just as we type biggest heading would become the heading, this linked text here, like go to home, would be the actual text that you want to look linked. If you want this to look linked, you know, that will become your standard purple or your blue underline thing. Some common mistakes. Despite the name link, and you might think link, there is a link tag and it's not what you think it is. It is not. Do not use a tag called link. We use a tag called A. It stands for anchor. Do not use the SRC like for images. You would think it's like the same thing. It's not. href stands for, I think it's hypertext reference. And so it just tells it to do something different. Index.html is always the name of your starting page. Your code will break if you do not change the name. Do not change the name index.html. Do not rename this something like, do not name it home. No, bad idea. Has to be index, and that will tell the website where to start. Finally, since links are visible, A should go inside the body tag, not inside of head. All right, so what to work on today? Yesterday on your website project, and anywhere in these steps, so maybe 6, for example. I'll take a moment to get there. You should have done the basic sketch of your website. So, for example, this is a very computationally powerful website. Maybe you built some things in. So for example, here, I built in a large heading for website, a paragraph where I yelled into the void. Maybe I want a smaller heading here, something like H3. Howdy, Mirror, you're my best friend. And now I close the heading. You know, maybe you added some stuff. You might have gone through and added images. You might have uploaded some images from before. Just like you added images, I'm going to show you right now how to add new pages. Because remember, from the rubric, we need a total of 3.